Killah B, goddamn witch find the general. If you got a witch, I'm damn sure burning their ass up.
Tell it down out of the group. All right.
This is going to be a video.
There you go. Like Micah 3:11 teaches, you gotta expose these men. They expose themselves. You all over Facebook now. You want to be famous. You want to be known. All right. You know now. What I say on the bar?
Bishop thief.
Yeah, death.
Bishop thief.
Violation code 4,000.
Bishop, in other words, Bishop thief. That's all he is, brother. Bishop thief.
Right.
Don't call him Bishop Kanai. Call him Mark Dale, Bishop thief.
Cannot teach anymore. You can't trust these teachers because they'll go set up their own congregation, and you always got dumb students. The reason why they able to take advantage of y'all because y'all don't study your own scriptures. How we find out about the Pharisees that we were walking like the Pharisees, we had to study our own scriptures. You got people right in their congregations. They say the church is the Pharisee. The churches act like the Pharisees too, but they are Pharisee in a different way. You're like straight up Pharisees. They law, statutes, commandments. You accept the law, statutes, commandments. You can't make it into the kingdom of heaven. No, it's except you have faith in Jesus Christ. Except you have faith in YAHAWAH of Christ, you ain't going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Except you have faith in Yeshua, you ain't going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Except you have faith in YAHAWAH.
That's all we need here for now. Thank you very much, SOT. Y'all go check out SOT, Neil Saints and Thunder and shit. They got all that information for y'all on that old school Israelite bullshit. But yeah, Killah B, the goddamn witch finder general, goddamn. Killah B, the goddamn witch final general. Can I get a shot? One more time. Let me get fire burn. Fire burn. You burn them up. Welcome to the goddamn Killah B show, Witch Finder General. You got a witch, I'm damn sure burn their ass up. Man, oh man. I just want to whiz through this first thing real quick. Old Bishop Kanai, man, been arrested, man, for theft. God damn. Them motherfucking IUIC boys looking crazy right now. Shit. Also had a video. I don't want to get it. I had another video clip to play on this, but I want to move forward into what we got to deal with Judah Nazareth tonight. But I just want to say too, there was a video that I saw on a Vision for YAHAWAH's channel where I guess one of the brothers from the church rented Bishop Kanai a home, and I guess it got to the point the brother wasn't paying his rent or whatever, and he got evicted. So the brother, instead of just leaving the home, the brother destroys the home, stole some four-wheelers and stuff from the brother, and all types of crazy madness. I don't know if this arrest has something to do with it, but I have a feeling it just might. So you guys can look into that and stuff. But we can move a little forward. We got two guests in here on the panel tonight. We got none other than Chris Harris, and we got brother Heru. How y'all doing today?
What's good? What's good?
Hotel.
Right on. Right. Shit. Yeah, man. So I hope y'all tune in to Chris Harris video he did earlier today. It's under Andreas Harris channel. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that. Man, we're tearing them up, burning them down, shooting them up, however we do it. Right? We put them down in the ground. Right? So this brother gonna go on Judah's live stream today. I'm gonna call him his live stream, but that's all he does on there. It's not a live stream, it's a live stream.
A live stream.
Right. So the brother got up on there, just told all types of things, man. All types of things. We got Judah Nazareth, like just poking around and just making crazy claims and stuff. His normal antics that he's up to. But tonight, oh boy, done messed up because I don't watch his videos. You know, I did some skimming today through his stuff. We gathered a couple of notes, and just literally 5 minutes before the show, I come across the end, towards the end of the video. I'm like, wow, Judah Nazareth caught lacking again. Boy, you better watch my videos. He makes a comment saying that there was a Jewish temple in Egypt, right? Now, if any of y'all's caught my other video, one of the lessons I did, the title was Ancient Israelites Worship the Black Woman as God. Nubian Lion Head God Influenced the World, right? You can check that out under my playlist of lessons on my channel. And what I showed in there is how these so-called Israelites, where people want to claim, where the so-called Israelites want to claim where they were, right? And these things, these artifacts, these temples that they want to claim onto. I proved that there were other than what they expected them to be. He makes mention of the Elephantine Temple. He makes reference. He doesn't give any dates out of this stuff. And we're going to show you tonight how these dates are very important on this stuff. So you guys want to open up a little bit before I start playing a couple clips? Like that?
No, I'll let the clips roll.
Clips roll. All right, right on. Let me get right into the bad boy here.
Here's one thing about Judah Nazareth, right? I'm crazy. I just sit back, and I let a nigga like talk, giving yeah. Okay, good, whatever. Because the nigga can say whatever he wants. But see, pictures and archaeology and shit, you know, that shit shows everything, right?
Stop right there.
Well, did you know that we...
Now, no, I want everybody to notice he said scriptures and archaeology trump everything. But a couple of months ago, when I was on his show, I started asking about archaeological finds about this nation of Israel and this temple. And he said, you read white man's books. Now he's citing archaeology. So we're going to see how pseudo this motherfucker really is. See, this is the Killah B show. I can let off a little bit. I don't have to be all super intelligent and shit. We're going to see how pseudo he really is. And you guys are going to learn tonight why it's important to cite dates. Go ahead.
All right.
We had a temple in Egypt, in Leontopolis. No, go ahead and say that's pseudo, nigga.
It is. You're pseudo.
That's pseudo, and then it's not true. It must be fucking embarrassing. Now, what were Levites doing with a temple in Leontopolis? We had 2 temples in Egypt.
Yeah.
Can't see it, but it's right there. We had one temple in Leontopolis that's 12, almost 13 miles from Cairo, right? You know, before the next before. Look at that. Where you at, nigga? See? Look, they call it Jewish Temple of Onias in Elephantine in Egypt. There's 2 temples, one in Elephantine or Elephantine, and one called the Temple of Onias in Leontopolis in Egypt.
You know what that's called, Judah? That's called when the Torah matches history.
Pause. Where does it say in the Torah that they had a temple in Elephantine? I'll wait. I didn't think so, because he said don't return to Egypt. Last time I checked, right?
How do you have a temple in a foreign land?
Exactly. That's not a real temple. Once again, they're just trying to take from Africa. That's all. But let's keep going now.
And I want to add too, they were doing sacrifices at this temple also.
Uh-oh. Ain't that against the Torah?
Ain't that against the Torah, Judah? And having animal sacrifices? Because they wanted, they was trying to burn lambs or rams. And that was one of the prized, the temple of Kamun. That was I want to say a deity, but that was a animal that they reverenced. You know what I'm saying? So they have a papyri the archaeologists have found the papyri on this temple, right? And the papyri talks of a story. Now, that story, people tried to say that is the same story with Joseph and made the interpretation for the Pharaoh, right? For the king. But in the papyri, it don't mention that. It don't mention no Joseph. And it mentions the priest that was interpreting the dream. The priest of Kamun was interpreting the dream. But we can go on and stuff.
Now this is mentioning real history, so oh shit. Let's figure out something else, y'all. That's exactly what
Booger Bear is so damn stupid. Every time I hear him, he don't know what the hell he talking about. Yes, sir, boss.
Yep, exactly. Old country Bama nigga.
It is in Egypt the whole time. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna pull him out.
The 1918, it says there'll be 5 cities that speak the language of Canaan. Well, there could be a community there during the time when the Greeks was ruling in Egypt. When your people, the Greeks, the Edomites are ruling. The Seleucids? I think it was Seleucids, right? Or the Ptolemies.
I gotta get the rest of this.
With it's 12 point, almost 13 miles from Cairo. The one Israelite temple is there, right?
He don't even know what he's talking about. This is a shame.
He don't. He just found this. He just found this.
The Israelite temples in Egypt and the Zedekiah high priest influence of the ancestors of Jesus. No,
it doesn't mention any Zedekiah priests in here either.
And now you heard what he just did, right?
Yep. He about to die tonight.
He didn't read the shit before he fucking went out live. He said, "Yeah, I got these niggas down. Look, listen what he says.
You're gonna get your head cut off.
I'm waiting.
More.
Look.
I'm sorry, where is it? Elephantine right there. The first temple was right there. Just see where the other one.
I want to say also the Elephantine, the island of Elephantine was an island in the middle of the Nile. That the Temple of Kanun had the jurisdiction, I guess, over that island, and they had what they had like called a Nilometer, which was like a measuring stick that would measure the flood levels, and with that they'll be able to make an interpretation or prediction of what the flood is going to do that year, and they could consult with the pharaohs and stuff, or making a decision what to do with the land.
Okay, it's not on here. Anyway,
listen.
Okay, pause.
Uh-huh.
Of course, the rest of the information isn't on there, Judah. That's called being pseudo.
Look, BibleSearchers.com. Make sure y'all go to the BibleSearchers.com. That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of research this nigga goes to.
Was there?
Listen,
right? It says the Jewish, what we know is the Israelite temples in Egypt and the Zedekiah high priest influence of the ancestors of Jesus. You know, these niggas going off on that shit. But
why they going off? That's your source. Now you want to pick and choose what they going off on now?
But the point of the matter is, the point of is the temples that were in Egypt. When your people, the Greeks, were ruling over Egypt, marrying Egyptian women and creating temples for Isis.
He just cut himself. He just cut himself. He just cut himself so bad. He said when Egypt was conquered by the Greeks, the Jews came in and opened up temples in Egypt's land.
He sure did.
Thank you, Judah. You just cut yourself.
Bad. Real bad.
You fucking idiot.
Got that heat.
Damn.
This nigga pseudo as fuck. He saw the word Jew and went crazy.
Yep. Lost his damn mind.
Damn.
God damn.
Damn.
God damn.
That's a damn shame.
Damn shame.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so whooping your ass in Egypt all day is just easy. It's easier to beat your ass in that than it is to beat up a Christian. Because the Egyptian niggas are retarded. But with that, man, we're beating the dead mummy. And you know.
What a fucking idiot.
Chris fell off. He said the same thing. Pashi to one up himself. Yeah. Joel Soft. Yes, he is.
Yeah, we gotta talk about. Look, we gotta talk about them all day. Yeah. Well, Judah, if you had all this information, why you just didn't debate me on it?
Yup.
Everybody knows you ran not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Three times. 3 times.
3 times. How about you debate me on the elephantine? How about you debate me on the elephantine papyrus, Judah? Or this temple in Egypt? How about you debate me on that, Judah? You love the information so much. How about you debate me on it? I'm calling you out on that. I'm with that.
I gotta share this shit. Ah! God damn, Judah Nazareth.
You know what? One thing I keep coming across is when they keep talking about this temple, he keeps talking about Canaanite gods in religion. So I don't, like I said, he got to be really stupid to bring that out. He's cutting it himself. He's not reading the information thoroughly. He's going with word phrases for people who don't know or won't do the research on it because it sounds good. But every time he come up against Chris, Killah, myself, anybody that's in Rock, Rock Nation, it just gets embarrassing to have to respond to some nonsense. So instead of doing all that, he just needs to debate Chris and end it. Your best man, you know what I'm saying? Just do it and end it.
Let's continue to let this roll.
Hold on, let me get back to it here. I don't think I played.
Smart, bro. Show me.
Oh yeah, I let the whole thing. I haven't listened to the whole.
The little birdie, little birdie always watching your ass. Little birdie's like Amber talking to Overmind and talking to this guy, and talking to this nigga over here, and blah 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 blah. And then when I say Amber, I was like, yo. 2 weeks ago, I was like, you said I blocked you, and I was like, fine, unblock me. If you can talk to me, then talk to me. What did you do? Start talking crazy and stayed over there with the weak niggas. So I'm like, okay, let me on. All right.
Now we want to take this in a different direction. We'll deal with that later. Let's get back on
people like me.
LT shit here.
That's Judaica.
God damn, this nigga.
See, this is one thing about Judah Nazareth.
Please take this stupid motherfucker off. I can't listen to more of this shit.
Yeah. You deal with that nigga shit.
Chris, I don't know how you listen to it that long, man. That shit's horrible.
I know, I don't either. I just skimmed through it.
Dude's an idiot. He just cut himself. So you mean to tell me the only way the Jews came back into Egypt is after the occupation of the Greeks? Well, that's probably because the Greeks were in cahoots with the information that they were putting out there, or they were in Alexandria interpreting their Bible under Ptolemy the First. But that would be at a later date, come a much later, like 200 years later. So it wasn't that. They were always in Kemet. The entire mystery system was in Kemet, fool.
Yep.
And that was the Temple of Khnum. Here, I'm finna pull up some, let's get some information going right here.
All right.
All right. Everybody got their information ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, let me read this right here. This is the Elephantine Papyri, right? I'm gonna be reading from my computer, and it says it consists of 175 documents from the Egyptian border fortress of Elephantine and Aswan, which yielded hundreds of papyri in Heretic and Demotic Egyptian, Aramaic, Koine Greek, Latin, and Coptic, spanning a period of 1,000 years. The documents include letters and legal contracts from family and other archives, and thus an invaluable source of knowledge for scholars of varied disciplines, such as epistolography, law, society, religion, language, and onomastics. They are a collection of ancient Jewish manuscripts dating from the 5th century BCE. So it just wasn't Jewish manuscripts. There were many manuscripts in here. Okay, and it says hundreds of these Elephantine papyri span a period of 1,000 years. And legal documents and a cachet of the letters survive, turned up on the local gray market of antiquity starting in the late 19th century and were scattered into several Western collections. All right, so we see that these letters started turning up everywhere. And of course, what did people do? People bought them. You understand what I'm saying? This is just what people did. Okay, I want to continue on. I am putting pause on this game here. Okay. Now let's continue. Though some of the fragments on the papyrus are much older, the largest number of papyri are written in Aramaic, the lingua franca of the Achaemenid Empire, and document the Jewish community among soldiers stationed at Elephantine under the Achaemenid rule. Now let's stop for a minute. What was the Achaemenid rule? Does anybody know? Okay,
No,
nobody knows. The Achaemenid rule was during the time of the Persian Empire, before the Greeks came in and defeated the Persians after 4 great wars between the Persians and the Greeks. Finally, the Persians capitulated and they lost their war. Okay, the Greeks moved right on into Kemet just as the Persians moved on into Kemet. That's what many people don't understand. Persians came and conquered Kemet also. So the Jews were right along with Kemet, and that's how they ended up being stationed in Elephantine. Let's continue on. All right. And it says, though some fragments of papyrus are much older, the largest number of papyri are written in Aramaic, the lingua franca of the Achaemenid Empire, and document the Jewish community among soldiers stationed in Elephantine under Achaemenid rule, which was 495 to 399 BCE. The Elephantine documents include letters and legal contracts from family and other archives, divorce documents, and manumission of slaves and other business, and are a valuable source of knowledge about law, society, religion, language, and onomastics. Now we keep seeing this word onomastics. Let's look this word up and see what it is. Onomastics originates from the Greek, which translate to, of, or belonging to naming, meaning name. Okay, the study of place names. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, it's the study of personal names and place names. Okay, so let's continue on. We're about to get some good stuff here now. So we've given you guys a basic, I've given you guys a basic understanding on what this is. Now, this is what it says. Though some, it says the Passover letter of 419 BCE, discovered in 1907, which gives detailed instructions for properly keeping the Passover, is in the Egyptian Museum of Berlin. Further, Elephantine papyri are at the Brooklyn Museum. The discovery of the Brooklyn papyri is a remarkable story itself. The documents were first acquired in 1893 by New York journalist Charles Edwin Wilbur. After lying in a warehouse for more than 50 years, the papyri were shipped to the Egyptian department of the Brooklyn Museum. It was at this time that scholars finally realized that Wilbur had acquired the Elephantine papyri. So I don't have to keep on reading, but I want to read a little bit more information for you. And it says the Jews had their own temple to Yahweh, inviting polytheistic beliefs which function alongside that of Khnum.
Hey, Chris,
wow.
quick, read polytheistic beliefs just for me. Can you
I got you. I got you. Polytheism is the worship of or belief in multiple deities, which are usually assembled into a pantheon of gods and goddesses, along with their own religions and rituals. In most religions which accept polytheism, the different gods and goddesses are representations of forces of nature or ancestral principles. There you go right there, Judah. So they were worshiping him along somebody else. And which makes this so sad is you cited this. You cited this, Judah. Thank you. I've been trying to tell you motherfuckers, these people was polytheists. Monotheism is something that was forced on us. The slave master didn't want you calling on multiple gods. He know he be getting his ass kicked. Let's continue on. All right, with your YAHAWAH God, obviously they worshiping Yahweh. Let's go backwards in this temple with that of Khnum. It says right here the Jews had their own temple to Yahweh, inviting polytheistic beliefs which function along that of Canaan. That's what it says. He was the god of the Nile. He was a ram.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was saying about there was sacrifice or the sacrifice the rams and stuff. Yeah.
He was a
Canaan
ram.
Yep.
The ram's horn. This is where y'all get blowing the ram's horn from.
Yep.
See? That's nothing but Ra. That's Ray. That's who Canaan is. He's a form of Ra. Hold on, let me finish up. Let's get it. And it says, the petition to Bagoas is a letter written in 407.
Go ahead, Chris.
I got you. And it says, I'm listening to that Queen, huh?
Another one bites the dust. That's gonna be the background music for you right now.
And this is what it says. The petition to Bagoas is a letter in 407 BCE to Bagoas, the Persian governor of Judea. Wait a minute. This is a Persian governor of Judea. You cited this, Judah. Let me read that again. Is a letter in 407 BCE to Bagoas, the Persian governor of Judea. Why he not writing to one of your biblical patriarchs?
Damn, that hurt.
Why is there not a king, a Davidic king or a Levite being written to here? Didn't they have the throne? Weren't they in charge? No, he's writing to a Persian governor, fuckface. See how you cut yourself when you don't cite your information correctly? See, we use dates over here. Let's continue. Easy work for me. You cite it, I'm gonna give you all the information. Yep. So go bury yourself, nigga. Let's continue on. The Persian governor of Judea. Let me read that again. The Persian governor of Judea. Let me read that again. The Persian governor of Judea. I'm going to read it again. The Persian governor of Judea. So whoever this Levite high priest is who's writing this letter in which you claim, he's not even writing to somebody of Davidic or Levite lineage. He's writing to the Persian governor of Judea. Let's continue. Appealing for assistance in rebuilding the Jewish temple in Elephantine. What are they doing building a Jewish temple in Elephantine? Probably because the Egyptians were conquered already. And they want to steal that shit too, right? Let's continue on. Which had recently been badly damaged by an anti-Jewish rampage on the part of a segment of the Elephantine community. In the course of this appeal, the Jewish inhabitants of Elephantine speak of the antiquity of the damaged temple. Now, in order to understand how the Jews got to Elephantine, they were there because of bondage. And most of them sold themselves back into Egypt, like Deuteronomy 28, verse 68 states. But you'll probably try and attack what I just said right there and won't attack any of this earlier information that we're reading here. This is simple stuff. Let's continue on. What an idiot. Now, this is what it says. Now, our fathers built this temple in the fortress of Elephantine back in the days of the kingdom of Egypt when Cambyses came to Egypt. Now, our forefathers built this temple in the fortress of Elephantine back in the days of the kingdom of Egypt. And when Cambyses came to Egypt, he found it built. They, which are the Persians, knocked down the temple of the gods of Egypt, but no one did any damage to this temple. Now I'm going to tell you guys why. See, these were all Asiatics. They were all Asiatics. So the Asiatics hated the African gods. Everybody knows that. Don't make it look like that punk ass temple in Elephantine was so special. Let's continue. So they had somewhat of a rapport with the Jews, as we know, underneath Cyrus. You see? Let's continue. The community also appealed for aid to Sanballat and a Samaritan Pontanate, and his sons Delilah and Shemaliah, as well as Johanan ben Eliashib. Both Sanballat and Johan are mentioned in the book of Nehemiah. Okay. There was a response of both governors, Bagoas and Delisle, which gave permission by decree to build the temple, written in the form of a memorandum. Memorandum of what Bagori and Delisle said to me, saying, memorandum, you may say, in Egypt, to rebuild it on its site as it was formerly. So what are they doing with a temple in Egypt? That can't be Yahweh's temple, because Yahweh sat his name in Jerusalem forever, you idiots.
Yep. See how he sneaked that one up in there? He just snuck that shit right up in there. He snuck it right in the back door. And everybody's like, yep. It's like you heard the brother from SOT say in the beginning of the video. Said like these people survive because they got stupid followers.
You see what I'm saying? Here, I wanna read this to you too, and I'm gonna let Killah B take it after this, right? Yahweh has a wife in this temple. So you bragged about this temple and these Zadokite priests. You bragged about it. Oh man, we had Zadokite priests in Kemet, nigga. Nigga, we had Zadokite priests, nigga. What, nigga? What you gonna say? I'm pseudo, nigga. Nigga, we had Jewish temples in Egypt, nigga. I'm not gonna keep stomping you. Let's see what these Zadokite priests was teaching in Egypt now. We already told you that they believed in polytheism. We already showed you that they worshipped Yahweh along merging him with other gods. Let's read something. His wife's name is Anat. And this is what it says. The papyri suggests that even in exile and beyond, the veneration of a female deity endured. The texts were written by a group of Jews living at Elephantine near the Nubian border, whose religion has been described as nearly identical to Iron Age Judite religion. Now, they don't know nothing about the Iron Age. We don't have to go there. They not that smart. They got to research that on their own. The papyri described the Jews as worshiping Anat Yahu. Anat Yahu is described as either the wife of Yahweh or a hypostated aspect of Yahweh. So there it is right there. Yahweh had a wife. So when you cite this type of information, you have to cite all of the information. I'm surprised you went there. Oh, go back to when he said, what you gonna call me, pseudo? Let's go back there. Go back there for a minute. Go back there.
Community there during the time when the Greeks was ruined in Egypt, when your people, the Greeks, the Edomites, are ruined. See, this is one thing about Judah Nazareth, right? I'm a strategist. I just sit back.
What the fuck kind of strategy?
Pause. Now, this nigga just sat up there and said he's a strategist. You lose, brother. Yeah, you the worst strategist of all time.
Hot damn, Chris. Why you doing this? All he had to do is watch the Killah B Whisper the General videos. He would have already been educated on this. Knowing is half the battle, nigga. Listen.
Let a nigga like talk, get the yap. Let me be like, yeah, good one, nigga, whatever. Because the nigga can say whatever he wants. But see, pictures and archaeology and shit, that shit trumps everything, right?
Idiot.
Oh shit! I'm gonna get into some archaeology in a minute. Hold on.
Well, did you know that we had a temple in Egypt in Leontopolis? No, go ahead and say that's pseudo, nigga.
Pause. Nigga, you pseudo as fuck.
Woo, shit. See?
And I just proved that you're pseudo as fuck.
Oh, shit.
I'm done. I'm done. Judah, you're done. You are done now, Judah. You're done.
Finished. That nigga's finished.
You're done. It says the papyri, the same papyri Bro, it says the papyri described the Jews as worshiping Anat Yahu. That's what it says.
Yeah, it does.
This is what you cited.
Yep. Be the ass out of yourself. Look like a damn fool, Judah Nazareth. Like a damn fool.
I want to read it. Let me read this. Right? The goddess name Anat is preserved in the city names Beth Anath and Ananath. Remember, Jeremiah the prophet was there. Let's continue on. Ananath seems to be a plural form of the name, perhaps shortening of the house of Anats, either a reference to many shrines of the goddess or a plural intensification. The ancient hero Shemagar, son of Anat, is mentioned in Judges 3:1, 5, and 6, which raises the idea that this judge or hero may have been understood as a demigod, a mortal son of the goddess. But John Day, I have that book. That's an excellent book, Yahweh in Canaan. But John Day notes that the number of Canaanites known from non-biblical sources bore the title and theorizes that it was a military designation indicating a warrior under Anat's protection. Asenath, holy to Anath, was the wife of the Hebrew patriarch Joseph. Once again, he wasn't a real person. Fucking idiots. We keep telling y'all that. In Elephantine Egypt, the 5th century BCE Elephantine papyri make mention of a goddess called Anat Yahu. Anat Yahweh worshipped in the temple of Yahweh, originally built by Jewish refugees from Babylon, conquest of Judah. These suggest that even in exile and beyond, the worship of a female deity endured. The texts were written by a group of Jews living in Elephantine near the Nubian border, whose religion has been described as nearly identical to the Iron Age. This is another site I'm reading from. Nearly identical to Iron Age Judite religion. The papyri described the Jews as worshiping Anat Yahu. In contemporary Israel, Anat is a common female name. See, philologist Anat Bakar, who herself bears the name, wrote, the biblical Shagmar was a rather minor and obscure character, and his mother Anat, we know nothing but her name. We do know that it was the name of a goddess in a Semitic pantheon to which the authors of the Bible strongly and vehemently oppose, though it seems some of our ancestors did at sometimes worship her. None of which...
Hold on, Chris. Now, we have to tell them who Anat was. Anat is the same deity as Astarte. It's the same deity as Astaroth.
Yep.
And here we have an idol of Anat, right? And this is supposed to be a Semitic deity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what is on top of her head here in this image?
Let's get it. Because we're going to cut all this on in half in a minute.
Damn.
Because it's a Semitic title. It's not the Semitic name. And it's a Semitic title, not the real name. Let me see it. Pull it up.
See it on the screen. It's on the screen. I got it.
Yeah. That's the crown of Asar. You have the 2 feathers on his head with the crown.
That's the crown of Asar. See, so what they did, you fucking idiot, is when they were in there, they kept coming to our ancestors, my ancestors, and learning about the mystery systems. And they would take them back over there and they would call them something else. So Anat, Asareth, all that shit that them Semites was, so that wasn't nothing but Offset.
See?
The holy goddess.
Duh.
You damn duh. You big dummy.
Look at it. Let me hit them with this, Chris. Y'all see this on the screen here? It says, right, already existed another more original Egyptian god called Khnum, from which the Canubis, remember I told y'all what the Canubis was. The Canubis was that snake with the serpent with the lion head that had the sun rays radiating from it. It was the same thing I showed with the Cushite deity, the lion-headed deity, right? It says has arrived later. One of the main cult centers of Khnum was the Eglantine Island of the Nile. It was called Abu. The island had a Nile meter built to build the island, which was a measuring instrument for the height of the Nile. The holy duty of the priests of Khnum was to follow the height of the Nile with the Nilometer. and report to the Pharaoh and his offers of what was going to happen to the Great Flood. The Jewish temple has also once stood in the island of Elephantine, right? The name of the god was not Yahawah, but Yah, a single syllable. Some correspondence of the temple was found in fragmented papyri by German archaeologists long ago and has been studied and published, right? It says the famous dream of the Egyptian pharaoh was Joseph interprets in Genesis 41 has been found written on papyri, but the interpreters of the priests of Kanu, are the priests of Kanu, and there is no mentioning of Joseph in this account. So once again, they taking shit that was on that the Egyptians, whoever was running at the time, was dealing with. These people took that shit and made a story out of it and injected them in it.
And how many times I got to tell y'all it went from zoomorphic to anthropomorphic? I'm tired of telling y'all this. Y'all keep on looking for a real Joseph. That ain't nothing but a damn deity.
Look at this right here. In 2004, the Brooklyn Museum of Art created a display entitled Jewish Life in Ancient Egypt, a family archive from the Nile Valley, which featured an interfaith couple of Anaya and official of the Temple of Yahu, aka Yahweh, right? Now they say Yahweh, right? And his wife, Talmud, who was previously an Egyptian slave owned by a Jewish master. Masutrim, some related exhibition, I can't see that word there. 2002 included comments about significant structural similarities between Judaism and ancient Egyptian religion, and how they easily coexist and blended in Elephantine. Anat Yuhu, the papyri suggests that even in exile and beyond, the veneration of female deity endured. The texts are written by a group of Jews living at Elephantine near the Nubian border, whose region had been described as nearly identical to the Iron Age. Chris already read that shit. But you guys can go check out my video, Ancient Israelites Worship the Black Woman as God. Y'all can go check that out. Y'all see all that information in there. There's a lot more in there too.
So see what happens when you dig yourself a hole, Judah. You brought this up. Nobody made you read this. You brought this up. You cut yourself. You fell on your own sword. Now you sitting back laughing, probably like, man, I can't stand these niggas. They love these fucking Africans, man. No, Judah, you're not African, nor are your kids African. I'm African. You're not. You hate yourself. And I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on. I'm trying to email myself for a minute because y'all keep playing games. You might as well go worship Jesus, bruh. Bruh.
You see what I got on the screen here? These are the same deities, just in different cultures.
That's all. They all wearing the feather of Ma'at in their head. There's no way around it. So since you bragged about that temple, Judah, since you bragged about that temple, are you bragging about what was taught in it? The Zadokite priests, nigga. It was the Zadokites that turned Egypt around, nigga.
Hey, look, Chris don't know what the fuck you're talking about because like I got all kind of shit that's coming around here, and we got temples in New York, and we got temples in Vegas, and we also got temples in Egypt, nigga. Let me show you something. I'm gonna get all this work, nigga. All this work, nigga. That was you talking about some shit during the Persian Empire. There wasn't no Egyptian shit going on at that time, right before the Greek invasion and conquer. He's an idiot. Anybody, and what's worse is anybody that follow him has to be an idiot.
They already come with that brand. They already got it. They already have their idiot card.
Let me tell y'all something, nigga. It was the Zadokite priest, nigga.
This baby kites. Oh man. This nigga, man.
You don't know what the fuck. We had a temple there, nigga. Pseudo, man, you pseudo is. I told y'all that nigga was pseudo, man. I told y'all. He knows it. He knows it too. He like, man, fuck it. I'm just a pseudo Torah teacher that don't know shit else.
All I know is this goddamn cube.
Fuck them punk ass niggas. This is about YAHAWAH. Don't make his wife mad. Don't make his wife mad, brother.
Put you out on the street,
real quick. Hold on, let me get on my computer. I'm coming in on my computer. I'm about to show y'all some information right quick.
Y'all says the Elephantine Modern Ashwan. What does it say? Wait, I Darius about to do my ass and about it.
I don't know what that was.
That's feedback. You might push the speaker.
Okay.
You got something on that's looping.
Okay, hold on. What the hell is going on right there?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. And they're saying this temple was built after the Babylonian Empire, after the Babylonian captivity.
Oof. Let me see. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Uh-huh.
Fuck it, something going on. I can't use my headphones on this shit. All right. I'm gonna present. There you go. Look at her wearing the feathers of Ma'at.
See that? This is the deity from Egypt, right? And that's supposed to be a Semitic deity wearing the same thing. Now, I showed y'all before with I knew with that sun disk in the wings, taking that right out of Egypt. Taking it right out of Egypt. Those damn does.
You damn duh.
Unbelievable, y'all.
We showing y'all this. African. Nigga, African. It's African. There's no way.
These niggas would be black as hell. These niggas be black as night. Shit, nigga. Shit, I'm an Israelite. These niggas even believe too that they change color through Africa. They say, "Oh, we didn't look like this before. We didn't look like this. We got like this in Africa."
You stupid dummies. That Israelite movement is dead.
Yeah, that's just old news.
And the only reason why y'all wanted to be Israelites is because the Bible was very, very familiar to us. That's what that was really all about.
Yup. I look like that. They a damn fool out of her. Hey, I fell for it. Shit. I fell for it for like 20 years. Shit.
Here, let's type up who they would call the Most High. We're gonna type up who they call El Elyon, right? I'm gonna type this up. Let's type up El Elyon.
Somebody in the comment, Colonel Oates said, Judah be stuttering all the time. Said hula hoop grandma earring wearing ass nigga. Oh man. This is a trip, man. These people is a trip.
Let's
Get
see.
out.
Okay. Okay, so this is a picture of here. Oh, here he is right here. Okay, let me come back on the Hangout. Okay, I'm about to screen share this one. Okay, so here's a picture of statue of Yahweh in the first temple. What does he do? What's on his head?
God damn. God damn, Chris Harris. You came out of left field with that shit. Oh, shit. You came out of left field on that.
There's LL Young.
That's it right there. That's it right there.
Here it is. Yahweh.
Yo, is that
LL Young. Here he is again.
Is that his hand? Oh, that's his hand. All right. I thought that was a ram's horn. I was like, what the fuck?
See them wearing the Atef crowns?
God damn.
See? Let's see who else originally wore that crown, though. Since y'all don't want to go back to your African roots. I'm going to show you the real God. I'm going to show you the real God. Hold on. Let me show you the real God. I'm going to show you the real God, God damn it. Hold on, let's go to the title. We're going to go to the
title of this video.
Yeah, we're going to call it nothing but the goddamn truth, whether you like it or not.
Oh, shit. He said nothing but the goddamn truth. Got 3 motherfuckers up in here watching. God damn. Y'all better share this shit. The fuck?
Okay, let's see. This is not a good picture. But can't you see what's on his head right here?
Yeah, that date. Yep. On top of his head. Same thing. Y'all see that? That's from the British Museum.
Hold on, let me find a better one. Oh, there it is. Here's a better one right here.
Oop, there it is.
Oh, same one. Hold on. Let me get this. Let me find a better one. I went to the Papyrus of Ani. Now I don't know why it's not showing the whole thing. Papyrus of Ani. Hold on. I'm gonna go to Judgment. Oh, here it is. This is what I'm looking for. Boom. There it is right there. What's that on his head?
Yep. That's the ATAC crown. 2 feathers.
Ain't this the ark? Ain't this the ark he's sitting in? I always tell people that's an ark he's sitting in. See the veil? See the veil? See the 2 angels? Who's sitting between him?
Yep.
A saw.
And I don't know if I'm correct or not, but I can actually, I ain't saying I can interpret this motherfucker. I'm not even close to saying that shit. But what I'm saying is like how he was saying this is the temple, the Holy of Holies that he's sitting in, right? And you see how he's sitting on the square?
He's sitting, right? There it is. That's who's sitting on, this is where they get it from.
Yep. Sitting on that cube.
Guess what? What is he sitting on? The cube. What is he sitting on? A judgment seat. Yep. What is he sitting between? 2 cherubim.
And look at the veil. Look at the veil before you step in there.
Thank you. The Holy of Holies.
You see the veil? Now look, see that's Anubis after a person died, right? Because on the so-called first degree, right? You supposed to sacrifice your body on the altar. Know what I'm saying? And you supposed to become a different being before you go into the temple, right? That's Anubis, God in his hand. And then you have the judgment where you're supposed to try yourself like on the porch. You got the judgment, you got the scale. And once you inside the sanctuary, you're supposed to be learning and perfecting yourself. That's where you have Tahuti.
That's right.
That is my
interpretation. No, that's I'm with that. I agree with you on that. And you want to know what? He's the real lawgiver.
And the
real lawgiver.
Yep. So and that's Haru right there, the hawk, right? That's Haru.
That's Haru.
going in there, and that would be the incense altar and stuff before you step into the Holy of Holies.
That's right. That's right.
That's the shit right there. Before any of that shit was ever written in the book.
This is what your African ancestors did.
And what's supposed to be going on at the top?
This is the judgment. As you can see, these are the judges that judge. This is Nefer. He's a priest. Notice he's wearing all white linen, like who? The Essenes were all white. He's wearing all white and he's being judged. And as you can see, his heart has got to be weighed against this feather, right?
Yep.
Now look, see them with the ox. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them has said he's good. He can move on, right? Mm-hmm. But look, these right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 7 have not given him a pass. So now they got to weigh his heart in the balance.
Oh shit. Damn.
And if his heart cannot be heavy in that feather, because that means he's full of sin. That's the feather of Ma'at. You see Ma'at right here with the feather in her head?
Yep.
You see Tahuti? You see Tahuti checking the scale, making sure you got a fair chance. You see?
Yep.
Now you see the scales are unbalanced, right?
Yep.
Right? Okay, I want to show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something, right? I'm gonna show y'all something. See that? Hold on. See this right here? See that? See that? You see that? See that white bitch holding the scales?
Yep.
They unbalanced. No, that's not how it is. That's not what your ancestors taught. Your ancestors taught that them scales is balanced. Justice is blind. This is where you get justice is blind from. See that bitch right there holding them scales? They ain't even balanced.
So you never get a fair shot.
You never get a fair shot. But let's go back to who's who. Let's go back to who's who. Let's come on back home for a minute. Let's come back home for a minute. And what do you see right here? Who's sitting right there? This is Tahuti. This is Tahuti, who went to the mountains to receive divine law from Ra. Same story as Moses. He was given a partner named Anan. When he received the divine law, he became Ra's or Ra's speaker, which was a Moshe, which was corrupted to Moshe into Moses. So there you have it. You see Tahuti? I mean, you see Haru?
Yep.
You see Haru right here? Haru, John 14:6. No man come to the Father except through me. This is where it come from.
Damn.
We done. We done.
Yeah, that's deep.
We done. Y'all worshiping the Father too, and y'all don't know it. Y'all done. Finitoed. You are done. You cited it, not me. Don't get mad at me.
Out of there, boy. Yup, he opened his mouth.
Don't get mad at me. So y'all, look, it's getting late. I'm about to check out. I'm finna get ready to go to catch me some Z's. It's been one. Judah, you pseudo.
Bullshit. Chris Harris. That's right, y'all. Chris Harris shooting him up. Shit, Killah be the goddamn Wishfinder General, goddamn it. Y'all better ask about me. Come on, Judah, man. What are you gonna do now? What's next, Judah? What's next? More lies? More lies? Slandering people? Shit. You talking some more shit about Amber. Yup. Maybe get Amber up out here, say a couple of things. Yup. We got all
Killah.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Killah. Judah should get tired of this, man. I mean, he remind me of one of them them drunk crackheads that come by and always getting shooed away, getting his ass beat. It's like, why would you even say something? You know, but I'm gonna this is for me, from my experience. I find it consistent with a lot of the Hebrew and Christians.
Yeah.
They have resources and then they interpolate, misinterpret, and expound on shit. And then when somebody destroy them, then they go be like, oh man, they want to say, man, you got the right sources. Like, what you talking about? This is the same source you use.
Yep. When it's the other way, there's nothing wrong with it though.
Yeah. So the whole thing with him talking about, you know what I'm saying, like, he talked about the Elephantine Temple, but you didn't think about vetting the source and seeing what time period, especially when the people you deal with ask for time periods.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
That's called self-suicide by pure ignorance.
Fuckery, straight fuckery.
Yeah. It makes me upset the fact that he didn't even bother to check his shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give somebody a harder task than what you're presenting. The whole time in the temple, they're talking about polytheistic, a Canaanite belief system. The gods are Canaanites. They're polytheistics. They're sacrificing. These aren't your people. And they were under Persian rule, not Egyptian rule. It was under Persian rule. And they were still Canaan. They still had their whole belief system still was pretty much polytheistic Canaanite. You had the wife or a female version of the Canaanite deity Yah, not Yahweh. You know, it's just, man, I'm telling you, you know what? I ain't even enjoyed this burning. This burn just pissed me off.
Yeah, man. Like, yo, know what I wanted you to go over? That information you gave me the other day with the thing with Nero.
With Nero. Okay.
Yeah, that was deep.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Hey, you know how you Judah brought up that information and he got burned on it? They can thank Black Jesus Minister for that one because he was talking about Tacitus, and he's talking about Christ. It was put in the in the annals, but once again, they don't read their sources. You know what I'm saying? And you understand, man, the Romans considered this Christian set, this Jewish set, as abominations. No one else, just them. And he, you know what I'm saying, Rome got burnt down. They said that motherfucker was playing his harp or some shit. They was like, what's going on? And he was like, no, it was those people. And so that's when they started to torture their ass in the arenas. they was having full on, like, you know, gladiator massacres in that motherfucker, rounding motherfuckers up, men, women, and children. you know, but it had to do with a lot of like with Rome, because Rome was an industrial empire. They was into building roads and shit like that. They had learned from other people, and they expanded their territory. And then when you didn't want to pay tribute, which the Jews kept fucking with them, they got their shit burnt down. It wasn't because they didn't like the Christians. Motherfucker, you not paying your tithes. Just like your church. When you don't pay your tithes, they don't bury your ass.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Same shit.
Yup. Yeah, man. That's it's something else, man.
Yeah.
And like we really showing improvement. We showing the people. We showing the people what's up. And they still want to just like, I don't understand them. I don't understand people, yo. I really don't.
Because if they don't have that, they feel they don't have nothing else. People are scared of the afterlife, of what might be, as if like, you know, oh, I'm gonna go to hell, because they've been indoctrinated into it so long. They've been conditioned to it so long that they're going to fight it, because mentally they can't handle it. Them motherfuckers would probably go into a mental disorder, a mental fit, if they look at it, because then it's like, now what? Now what do I do? It doesn't mean that you just go around and start killing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We had morals and laws and shit like that, and moral laws before they came up with this shit.
That's what they do. That's how sick these people are that join this shit. That's how sick they are. That's what they think. They think, okay, when YAHAWAH come back, we just gonna go kill all the white people and enslave everybody else and have them in chains forever, like how they had us for 400 years, or so-called 400 years.
Man, this is what I say, man. When you talk about history, what happened was horrible, terrible.
And they believe this is,
but 400 years in a span of time is relatively short compared to
the last kingdom.
You know, but I don't know, man. These, like I said, man, you ain't finna kill everybody.
And what's deep, they don't give these Bama, I call them Bama Israelites and shit. Because like these niggas like some backwoods fucking shit that they not around Hebrew Israelites, like schools. Like we call them, like they call them camps now, but we call them schools back in the day. That's what they were. The camp was like where you taught on the street. That's the only thing that was called a camp. Your post on the street where you teach at. That was called the camp. But where you learned that was called the school. Whether it was a brother's house or whether it was an actual building or community center or a library where you taught or whatever, like, right? So what these Bama Israelites don't know, deep shit. They don't know the deep shit, like that stuff you don't know until you go to the school. That information they release there. You know what I mean? Like that other shit that they learn, that's like shit you learn in the first week. But it's taking these niggas like 3-4 years to get all that shit, like on the internet. But like you go to school, you get that shit the first week. Like, you know what I mean? While you there, they gonna teach you that crazy shit. Yeah, man, we gonna kill all these white people. And fucking like all this crazy ass shit. Like these niggas is fucking bugged out. And they really think they take people that got that police officer mentality. You know how they say cops usually got beat up in school and shit? Like they find people like that. Those will be their real like ride or die soldiers, like people like that. That's been beat up by, like might have been teased or something like that by white people, or might have got beat up, jumped by some white folks, or a nigga that just never even seen a white person before and shit, and just like saw Malcolm X and he mad at the motherfucking world and shit like that, like, or like these bugged out people, like these ex-NOI people from prison and shit like that. People, homeless people, like, and that's one thing a lot of people don't know. Some of those schools and stuff had 50%, like I had like a 50% homeless rate. Like that's real. That's real. half them niggas that's going to class with your ass, that's sitting with your ass on campus, homeless in New York City. Good percent, though. I could almost say 50%. If it ain't 50%, it's damn near.
Damn, that's a lot.
Living in group homes and all type of shit. Like, that's real. And these people, they don't get it. They don't get that shit. They really think it's a game. What's up, Muhammad?
They better learn something. This shit is ridiculous.
Mok Kadir. Kemet is all Mok Kadirs. Praise be to all. All right. Farah Convict in living color. Yeah, Farah Convicts. Yeah, all right, I got you. Yeah, that's real. Yup. Yeah, man, it's sad. It's a sad thing, man.
Yeah, they gonna keep trying to find, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep trying to find and poke until they think they got a hole. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to find a way to get at it, but they're not really doing much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. Oh man, it's just like,
but
what can you do?
I don't know, man. That video, man, he really thought he was saying something, man.
Yo, you heard his voice and everything.
He really thought he was saying something. Like, we got temples in Egypt, nigga. We got temples in Egypt. We had temples in Egypt. Oh my goodness.
They need to say I'm pseudo. You pseudo.
He does that he all the time. He did that when he was talking about Kemet and the spirituality, talking about it's Hinduism. And then this is before Chris had turned. I mean, it went over to it came over to more of a Kemetic or just a African, I think African spirituality.
Right.
You know, Chris went, and he was like, yeah, you just talking about that Kemet shit. That's Hindu. And I had told him, I said, well, when did Hinduism start? Well, I'm just telling nigga, that's all Hindu. I said, nigga, Hinduism started around 2000 BC. They've had that spirituality in that system as far as we can go, that they dated back to 32 to 41 BC. And we haven't even went down the Nile or up the Nile.
I got a clip of him on that.
Yeah.
Where he says that the Hinduism taught Egypt.
Yeah.
And he said some other false shit.
Yeah.
Like what did he say? I got the clip. I gotta find the clip. It's off his new video too.
Yeah.
They totally fucked it up. See what they're doing, they're trying to take what we was teaching and try to use that and flip it like they the ones that said the shit. And try to mold it, but they don't know, they don't research. So the only thing they can go at is what we say.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to do proper research. Like I know that for a fact, especially with Judah.
Yeah. No, he don't.
You see,
every time I talk to him, when I talk to him, the same shit, he say shit, and he stay in his little box, and then he gets stuck, and then Chris would try to help him or help him out and end the shit, and then he feel good about himself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But his shit is not correct information. If you say correct information, if you saying the facts, right? The facts is the fact. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. A fact is a fact is a fact. And if you choose not to, then you're a fool, right? Then just leave it. That's why when I talk to some people, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm done. I'm not gonna argue with you over a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do that. It's a fucking waste of time. But with him, he's taking, like, I done seen you and Chris beat him up on the same premise that he presents 3 different ways. What kind of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, oh, this is Canaanite El. Then that nigga say, well, no, El is El Yon. And then you be like, well, El Yon is this. And then he be like, no, nigga, that wasn't El Yon, right, nigga? But I got you, because this was it was, and it wasn't El Yon, it was Yahweh. I'm like, what the fuck? Are we still having the same conversation? Did this nigga not know that we know that he's saying the same shit, but he's trying to go at a different angle? That's what he
does, man.
That's why I like
what he does.
Sitting in the back.
Smart.
I love sitting in the back, Killah, and listening to him. And because if you say something I don't know, I'm gonna research it. I'm gonna research it. What you say, Nick? Yeah. Oh hell no. How long?
That nigga talking about he a strategist.
How long did it take us to dismantle that shit? From the time that
like literally minutes.
Exact. From the time that you call, it was literally minutes to dismantle that. And Chris was playing a video game while he was fucking doing it. And I'm fucking around with my kids while I'm doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I didn't come up with shit on the fly, literally 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah. Yes.
I was gonna talk about Drew National with something else. I was gonna talk about something else, and I was like, let me listen like the last couple of minutes of this live stream. And like the first 2 minutes he said, I was like, I got him. I was like, I got this nigga. You stupid. I like this nigga a fool.
Yeah.
Like this nigga a straight fool. Nigga a straight fool.
Yeah. In Basil, I hear the Kemet is worship of many gods. He's confused. Well, when we start talking, I don't even want to get into it because y'all say, guys, I don't want to get into semantics or perceptions on that shit because just we just drag that on. But the correct term would be netters. Wouldn't be gods. It would be netters.
All right, I got something next that's coming up that has to deal with that set in a root thing that I've been studying, and where they show with the netters, they showing that certain words isn't actual literal physical things. Like when they were saying like what he was doing, it wasn't the context that it was put in with the netter wasn't portraying a homosexual act. It was portraying a like they used it to like saying like somebody like a pansy or a weaker person, or like how you would say this nigga a bitch. Not saying that he a woman, or acting like, you know what I mean, a homosexual or anything like that, but saying he's doing something that's effeminate, or like he's doing something cowardice. You know what I'm saying? He can't stick up for himself. Yeah. So they'll use this same word. But they were saying they didn't have a thing for sexuality in Egypt.
Exactly.
Like how we had it in Western ideas. Say what people do is take the Western idea and try to project it onto Egypt when Egypt didn't have those things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, yeah. Because in the papyrus is Ani, or you start talking about the negative confession when you start talking about it, and he says that I have not laid with man. And then he started talking about that, which it gives the implication once again that there's a law, or there's at least there's a social norm or rule against it. And so when the set in Haru, he's saying that, you know what, that's an abomination for somebody to, you're not fit. You're not fit. If I can do this to you, you're not fit to lead. Same instance as in a lot of cartels or gangs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you could overpower the person who's supposed to be in power, or you know what I'm saying, you walk up and you bitch slap somebody, it lessens their status of who they are as a male in leadership. And that's that was the meaning of that whole story. Because like you said, they didn't have a sexual thing like that, of like homosexuality as we thought about it. That's why sperm was poisonous. Semen was poisonous to the netters.
And I also learned that the lettuce was just a symbolism.
Yes.
Because the lettuce itself represented a like a phallic thing, because the lettuce, the way it's shaped, and the milk, when you broke the leaf, the milk secreted a milk that like imitated like semen, or like looked like semen and shit. So like I didn't finish reading this shit, but that's what I was getting on that shit. Like,
I mean,
I was like, oh,
That's what it is. That's why when we was talking to the brother and Chris was like, "Oh, it's homosexual," and I was like, "No, Chris, don't even give him that." And I know what Chris was doing because Chris was saying, "Okay, well, we can look at this your way, but now we got to look at your stuff." But I was like, I ain't even giving them that. Because if you look at the story, there's no way you can say that it's homosexuality. Period.
Yeah.
You know.
And there was another thing too with I was gonna say this. With damn, I lost my thought. Damn. Had to do with that sub. Oh, yeah, the coffin. Now, is that in the coffin text?
Which one?
Which one is it in the I have not? When it says I have not and I have not done this, I have not done that.
That's the Papyrus Ani. That's I think that's spell 700.
Okay, are those things that were only put in coffins? Am I correct?
Right. Yes, it was put in. It was like funerary rituals for when
right.
he passed over. Yeah.
So Booger Beer said that stuff was a pharaoh ritual that was traditional, like a traditional thing that they would do. Now, if that's the case, it wasn't a ritual, a traditional ritual like every pharaoh went through it. This was a text that was put inside the sarcophagus, whatever you call it, coffin,
sarcophagus.
The coffin, which was like something to prepare yourself for the next life. Yeah. So he said, I have not done this. I have not done that. I have not done that. That's saying that he hasn't done it and he damn sure ain't going to do it again or do anything else again because he's dead. So he's saying these things to be able to get through that scale or to Hootie or whatever, because I'm not that familiar with all that stuff. So basically he's saying that to get through it, to say, hey, yo, I wasn't laying with no man. Hey, man, I didn't steal nothing. Hey, man, I didn't murder nobody. Like, know what I'm saying? So, y'all got to let me on into heaven. Because I ain't do none of this.
Yeah, they were, that's correct. They were spells. And spells was to protect them on their journey to the afterlife so that they didn't have like demons or nothing like that, but like evil spirits or whatever would not attack them. And so when they came up to the scale, that was their confession.
Yeah, that shit already in writing.
Their confession. And so the spell was put in writing, which was their confessions to God. It's just like how, like some people, they'll put like in the Nordic and the dramatics, the Vikings and stuff, they will put these silver coins or gold coins on their eyes, right? And that was for when they went to the afterlife, when they went to I forgot what the dude was, the actual dude was with the toll for the Grand Reaper, whoever it was. They would have that to pay them so they could leave and go on to the afterlife or Valhalla.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same. You know what I'm saying? It was a way to enter into something in your afterlife. But they had spells because we were people who believed in what they call like the Kabbalism, as far as in like the polarity, the duality, the rhythm, the vibration. Because we knew that this death wasn't death. Death wasn't but only a beginning, a transition to another life. So you had to prepare for that other life, which was hopefully to go to Asar or to go back into Asar. So
hold on one second, hey Ru. Hold on one second. I want to answer a question and stuff in the chat. So Colonel says, real talk, if Judah repents, would you, Killah B, and Chris return to Toranites? First of all, we are Toranites. That's number one right there. Second of all, if Judah repents, he got to pack up still. He got to go. He can't teach her. He got to go. Ain't nothing to change and shit. He got to go. He finished. He finito. He gone. That's like if a nigga do something to some kids and that nigga repent for it. You gonna let that nigga stay around kids? No. If this nigga known for stealing shit, you're gonna keep letting that nigga. He gonna say, "Oh, yo, I'm sorry, I stole your TV set." Are you gonna let that nigga in your crib again? No.
Chris say no.
You forget, but that nigga ain't letting your ass back. You ain't going back up in that shit. I'll tell you that. And thanks to Anthony Harris, Chris Harris, and stuff for coming on the show tonight and shit too. Awesome work, brother. There. Long guys with 8 heads, yes, big time every day. Oh, here come fucking Basil with bullshit again. God damn it, Basil. With 8 heads. You always talk about something that they ain't got nothing to do with the fuck we talking about in the goddamn video. He be making up his own show in the chat and shit. You just need a chat show, Basil. Don't say nothing, just have a chat and shit. You can just do all this shit. Yeah. he stayed doing that shit. Yeah, but hey, man, yo, it's crazy, and like this stuff is easy. Like I'm learning fast of this because it's fascinating. Like, know what I mean? The Israelite shit was boring because like I done like saw that shit. Like nobody really put new. Like it's the same shit. It is a bunch of young kids like discovering shit I already knew. Like, know what I mean? So like it's crazy.
Yeah,
and I don't want to teach them half the shit that I learned because half the shit I learned was some bullshit any goddamn way. So like I pick and choose what I even tell them what I think is right with what they were teaching or whatever. I'm very careful with that shit. Yeah, and like once again, I don't really give a shit when somebody what if somebody want to be Hebrew like I really don't give a shit. Like, know what I mean?
Hey, I feel you on that. But that's what makes you dangerous. And I used to tell Chris that when he was in Torah Nights. I mean, when he was, like a Hebrew deep into it, I used to tell Chris, that's gonna make you dangerous.
Dude, that's your life. You live your life the way you
I said, let's go change.
You want to do it.
But but that's what, like when people say, well, why should I do this and become good? My attitude is I don't give a shit if you do or you don't. That's my attitude. That's your path. If you see if you hear what I'm saying and you see the way I'm living and you see me trying to be righteous and if you see something I'm living in true, then you would follow it. If you don't, then either you're not ready for it or you just want to continue the bullshit or what you're doing is working for you. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't give a shit.
Yep. Half these dudes just want to hear somebody say something to them.
But like-minded people will always find like-minded people will always find like-minded people. That's the law of attraction. Period.
Yeah. Yup. Well, shit, these niggas is good at finding some dumb niggas to hang around with.
Hey, they ain't got nobody in this camp to come on and talk.
Yo, man, I mean, these niggas be scared, yo. I be inviting that dude Jeremiah. Yeah, I be inviting these niggas. They don't.
Jeremiah 7,000. Judah Jeremiah.
Yeah.
That nigga.
Yeah, I guess that's you can call him. Jeremiah 7,000. Yeah, that's him, all right.
That motherfucker be having watch parties and victory parties and. You know what? I give it to him like a black Jewish minister. He's entertaining. He is that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Big thumbhead nigga and shit. That's our boy. I be trolling the shit out of his ass though.
Yeah, man.
I like him though. I like his show.
Yeah, man. I used to watch him. I just stopped. Once I was talking, I was talking with him one time. We was talking about the pyramids of Giza, and he was talking about Khufu, and some shell that was on the thing, and trying to whatever he's trying to do. And then I had presented the information. And then he started to go off and start talking about some other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how you troll, but then you try to like get at somebody personally. And I'm just not that one. I was like, you know what? I ain't got to argue with you and cuss at you and shit like that. Like, nigga, you don't know me. That nigga, unfriend. You know what I'm saying? Unfriend. I ain't wasting my time with that shit. Information. I ain't got time to go through it with you like that. You know what I'm saying? And I still ain't hit videos to talk about them. Not wasting my time. But like I said, the brother.
And that's what it's based off of.
Yeah.
Based off like the bullshit. Like, he jumps off on the dummy info. Like the oh shit, say them goddamn faggots in Egypt. Like he work off of that. Like he get that demographic, like those people like that and shit.
Yeah, he do.
He don't get nobody that's really like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like fucking, like he be talking about Jabari. I don't think Jabari ever put up on this thing.
Man, you know what, man? They try to get at Jabari because Jabari is up there so high. So if you can get at Jabari, you can try to make a name for yourself, even in a humiliating defeat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can make a name for yourself. And that's what I was telling Chris. Like, Chris, you sitting here having debates with motherfuckers who is the nobody. You have nothing to gain by talking to, or debating with these dudes. Nothing. Even when they lose and you even embarrass them, they still get clout. Still.
Yeah. That's like Immaculate Neves.
Yeah.
Immaculate Neves does that shit.
Yeah.
That nigga dumb as a fucking rock. That nigga cold. That nigga dumb as a rock. Like he is stupid. Not stupid, dumb.
Yeah, man.
Stupid.
Stupid. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stupid, no better.
Yeah.
Stupid, no better. That nigga is dumb.
Mm-hmm. So, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? For me, you know, like I said, if I'm going to actually listen to somebody, you know what I'm saying? We all build, but like other people, like I'm going to listen to stuff like Jabari. I'm going to listen to Unk. I like Unk.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen. I even listen to Tezoria. I listen to
Zaria.
I listen to Gorilla Hebrew. I'll listen to him. Divine Prospect, Zion Lex, Polite. You know what I'm saying? Even Michael Edwards. You know what I'm saying? And I've had some chats with them, and I'll challenge them on selective information, the least the information that I know. You know what I'm saying? When you start going off into some other shit, then I'm cool. But you know what I'm saying? I'll listen, I'll research their stuff. And I'm not trying to get at them to make a name. I'm trying to get at, when I do get at them, I'm trying to get at them to gain information.
Yeah.
To get understand the information. I'll even ask them about, you know, they shit. Like, okay, well, the Bible says this. I'm not trying to, you know, aha your ass.
Yeah.
I'm trying to gain understanding of it because whatever I'm researching is going to come back. Whether it's in Samaria, Mesopotamia, Kemet, whether it's North Africa, East Africa, the West Coast, Southern Africa, you know what I'm saying? It's going to come back somehow.
Right.
So I always like to find that clarity. That's why I hit you up. Hey, man, what about this? Tell me about this. Y'all start listening to that shit in Hebrew, man. I'm fucking on Blue Line Bible learning Hebrew. Because one dude asked me about the Eretz. And it's funny, like some people say it means, you know, all, and some mean part. And I'm like, you know what, though? I get that. But you have to look at the context in which is being used. In the context in which is being used in Genesis 7 and 6 is
but
all.
like a lot of these people, they shit, wake it up. You hear me?
Yeah, what you say?
Okay. Yeah, I was saying like they don't the people like when I wanted to meet Immaculate Neves, right? And I went to Solomon and shit. He wanted me to join the league. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to join no fucking league. Like, you know what I mean? For one, like that shit not even popping like that, like with the information. Yeah. Like none of that shit's really challenging or even piques my interest. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's all dead, dry arguments. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same argument, just repackaged and shit. And like, I thought then with Black Jesus Minister on like the other night, I'm just like, well, goddamn, like if this nigga is like one of the champions or whatever and shit, and I got to debate niggas like this, like that's a bad look on me. Like I can't even put that in the resume. I debated this nigga. Who you debated? Black Jesus Minister. They're like, who the fuck is Black Jesus Minister, motherfucker? Yeah. Like, no, and they gonna show, oh, Oh, you debated whether the Noah's Ark was in fucking goddamn Turkey?
Yeah.
Niggas, like a real scholar's gonna look at me like, nigga, like, nah, nigga, I'm straight. I ain't fucking with you, nigga.
Yeah.
You stay fucking with them niggas. You stay fucking with them niggas. Yeah. Like that nigga actually got up on the show, was like, yeah, this is some real live info right here, nigga. This is all over the internet. He heard how he said it too. He said it's all over the internet.
Yeah, he sure did.
Did that the other day. He said, well, everybody knows. No. You can't pull that shit on me. You pull that shit on me. You can't pull that shit on me. Talking about everybody knows, nigga. Who the fuck is everybody? Everybody what?
You said everybody knows. No.
Yeah, everybody knows. That's some cult shit. Everybody knows.
Yeah. But you know what? I had my first debate against Back to the Naive, right?
Yeah.
Or Black Jesus Minister. Because I thought Black Jesus Minister, I really didn't know him that well. But, I met Naive on Immaculate on his channel. So we debated, was Abraham a real person or just a character, right? So during the whole thing, right, I debated him. Immaculate Naive never posted one source. He talked about the Ibla tablets and he talked about the Patriot of the Cave, right?
Yeah.
And then he told me on the Patriot of the Cave why he was mentioning the Patriot of the Cave, the patriarch, the Cave of the Patriarchs. He said, well, the bones, he said, well, yeah, Abraham is buried there and they moved him there, but his bones ain't there no more. Somebody must have stole it, but you need to come and tell me how that happened. I say, huh? I'm telling you, play the video. And then we was talking about the Ibla tablets, and I said, the Ibla tablets don't say nothing about that nigga. What are you talking about? The Ibla tablets there's no direct line. And then Black Jesus Minister at the end said, he said, Immaculate won because I can't say for sure. This is what he said. You can't say for sure that he's not there. And he can't say for sure he is there. So the possibility, I got to get him to win. That's what that nigga said. I said, wait a minute. I said, I presented you with 5 books, 7 articles, and all my sources. This dude didn't present one primary source or any evidence.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute, brother. Primary. Then he went, before he gave a judgment, he went to what a primary source is and all this shit. And I'm like, okay, when he did that, I knew what he was doing. I was like, judges don't do no shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then even recently, when we was talking about Tacitus, right?
Uh-huh.
He tried to say that Tacitus was a primary source. I said, Tacitus is not a primary source, dude. He wasn't even born then when Jesus was supposedly had born or even died. He said, well, because it had historical in the definition, he said that's a primary source. I say, no, you're going with the part of the definition, a piece, a word in the whole definition to try to solidify your position. But it says direct, same time period, coming from. And he still tried to go, no, brother, you trying to. And after that, that's why I was like, with Black Jesus Minister, when you do like that, I said, man, that's. And then he told me this. He said, you need to read. I said, so where are your sources at? They're at the bottom of the page, which is Wikipedia, right? I said, first of all, Wikipedia is not a primary source, it's a territory source. He says, well, I told you all the sources, they down there. I say, but you haven't quoted one of them. You know what he told me to do? He said, you need to read them. You need to read them. I presented to you, now you need to read the sources. You told me that because you didn't read the damn sources. You don't know what they said. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's sloppy scholarship. It's horrible.
That's that old down south damn Negro shit.
That's why
shit. Like, you know how Black people never read the directions on a box or something? Like, you go to shit, Black people never read the directions. Like, they already know how to make the shit. It'd be like, tuna casserole. No, them niggas don't make no tuna casserole. They're like, shit, I know how to make this shit. That nigga don't even read the recipe or nothing. That nigga can do that. He can put some Lori seasoning salt in that bitch. He can like, no, man, that's what the fuck we do, man. We don't like, we wing shit. Like, we feel that we don't have to do what we supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And Immaculate ass, he talking about he believe in all the patriarchs, right? Then you go buy Bible Unearthed. I mean, buy Bible Unearthed. And then try to use a passage out of Bible Unearthed to say that the shit is real. I say, you motherfuckers crazy. There's no way you can read these books and say that there's a real Jesus, a real Abraham, a real anybody. There's no way you can read these books because the authors, that's not their stance. You know, I was like, it's just stupid. But you know what? Burn their ass up. I look forward to it every day I wake up, hoping there's somebody to fucking burn.
You see how we got Bishop KANI? That nigga fucked up somebody's house. Yo, he broke the windows in the house. That nigga stole the fucking ATVs that was in that motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah, that nigga ain't shit. Damn. And that was the Pocket's house. Did you see the video I did where they was talking about the Pocket? There was a person, there was a family that joined IUIC and they had a lot of money and they wanted to hook Bezalel up to make a clothing line, like to work with Bezalel. And then Bishop KANI tried to get in the middle of that shit. I got to get Bezalel out of him and shit. We was cool. We was cool dudes and shit. That's what we do. Right? I got to get Bezalel up on here. But if you watching this shit, man, we got to get you on the show. Tell your story. But this nigga is going to try to get in between Bezalel and the Pocket. The people, KANI named these people the Pocket. That's balls.
Damn.
That's balls and a half right there. That's almost as ill as a brother. I'm not going to release the brother's name and shit, but the brother was going to come into some money and he wanted to give Judah Nazareth $5 million.
What?
That's cool. Yep.
Yeah, my boys got high.
I bet you Judah Nazareth tell us about that. I bet you Judah Nazareth ain't tell us about that.
Damn.
Wanted to give Judah Nazareth $5 million.
For what?
He told me that after I made that first video on him. He told me that shit. I was like, what?
Why?
So he can make a school and teach people. You know, somebody come across, somebody want to do something good for the community and stuff like that, which is a good gesture, like to want to do, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All praises to that brother for even thinking like that, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he saw what type of person that nigga was, man. He was like, shit. I'm like, nigga, shit, you lucky you found out now, nigga. Lucky you found out now. Yep, that's something else, man.
Hey, let me ask you this question.
Yep.
I was reading something. Can you tell me what information you have on where did the chariot come from? How did the Egyptians get the chariots?
Like where? Like, did they invented it or where?
Well, who brought it to them? Where did they get it from?
I have no idea. Let me look into that.
Okay, because I was, once again talking to the Hebrew brothers, and they was like, oh well, because they like Egypt invented everything. Egypt didn't invent everything.
Nah, they didn't.
But they was talking about, oh well, they got the chariots from Sumeria, right? That's what they said. And they did, and according to this book, when Egypt Ruled the East by George Standroff and Keith C. Seeley, they didn't get it from them. The chariot was introduced, the wheel chariot, the spoke wheel chariot was introduced by the Hyksos because they say that the conservative Egyptians didn't like it. But because they was being so oppressed by the Hyksos, they adopted the chariot and they got more advanced weaponry, which made them develop into a military power. So when the Hyksos came down and they pretty much just walked into Egypt, everybody just seemed to walk into fucking Egypt. They just can't go through the back door, which is the Sudan, which is the hardest part to do. They can't get there, but they brought it. They brought the chariots, or introduced it to them. So
what I'm pulling up now is saying Mesopotamian.
Yeah,
3000 BC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it says that the Egyptian, I mean the Hyksos didn't. The Hyksos didn't. Let me see right here. It says the chariots, which was crazy, right? Because they say that when the Hyksos came in, that was the first introduction of the Magi troops and the Nubian mercenaries, which was dispensed in Egypt. But it says that the Egyptians were now beginning to be armed themselves with a superior type of weapons, such as had been introduced in Asia by the Hyksos. New kinds of bronze swords and daggers and powerful compound bows. Above all, the Egyptians now, for the first time, employed the horse and the chariot. Yeah.
The iron chariots are mentioned also in Joshua 17 and Judges as weapons of the Canaanites and Israelites.
Yeah. Yeah. And it says, however, we are not informed just when the northern inventors first used the chariots against the Egyptians. But when the Hyksos came down and they took over, then the Egyptians adopted it into their military with the Magi.
Yeah. They said the Egyptians invented the yoke saddle for the chariot horses.
Yeah, but to some, I'd be thinking like some of these discussions are kind of silly because they were trading. So why wouldn't you take something from somebody? You know what I'm saying? Because you're sharing agriculture, you're sharing technology, you're sharing infrastructure, you're sharing culture, pottery, artistry. You're sharing these things.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So why is it such a big deal of who invented what first if you're sharing these things? You know?
Yeah, man. We need this stuff.
That's all right. Well, when is Judah gonna make another video? That's what I want to know.
No. Why? Because this shit, I read this article. I'm gonna do a show on that too. It was a great article I read. It showed both sides. Black invented everything and all that stuff. Then you got people saying white is superior and all this shit. Well, this dude basically.
Fight. Go ahead. What'd you say? Say it again, Killah.
I mean, it is stuff. It just stuff to make you feel good about yourself. A lot of this shit. Like you said, I don't know if you still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. What you said, but you was breaking up a little bit.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
My bad. I'm back. Sorry about that. Damn, brother, they really dipped out. Shit, left me shit hanging. Damn, I thought he was gonna hold it down, so I got back. Oh well, that's tough. Yeah, I'm about to get up out of here anyway. You see, you guys got any questions in the chat? Let me see. I gotta refresh this thing. See if you got anybody still up in here. 2 people watching. That sucks. Okay, what we got here? Okay. Oh, you still here? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm about to shut it down anyway. I'm tired. Just in case this shit wants to shut off again. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We blazed Judah Dazzler's ass up again. I can leave you with this track from my boy Chose Willinson. You know what I'm saying? When the rabbit got the gun, goddammit. When the rabbit got the goddamn gun. We're gonna go out with that. Tricks are for kids. Tricks are for kids. Tricks are for kids. Tricks are for kids.
Ain't that a bitch?
Ain't that a bitch?
With the bullshit, don't you have enough, but you got nothing. Don't you love? You show hate, I show real. You show fake.
Hold on. More fire up there. More fire. So we need more fire. We need more fire. Killah be the goddamn Wishfinder General. More fire. More fire. Gunshot. Chose Willinson. When the rabbit got the gun. Killah B, the Wishfinder General. God damn it. And we about this motherfucker.
Ain't that a bitch? Thought you was real, but you with the bullshit. Thought you had enough, but you got nothing. Thought you was the one, I was so dumb. I show love, you show hate. I show real, you show fake. I shine bright, you go shade. Must be broken from the pain. Then I came real nigga that I be. Picked up the pieces, let you breathe. First thing you do is start accusing me of doing the things you're doing to me. Ain't that a bitch? Thought you was real, but you ready with the bullshit. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? When the rabbit got the gun, nah. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? When the rabbit got the gun, nah. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh? When the rabbit got the gun, when the rabbit got the gun, nah. I show love, you show hate. I show real, you show fake. I show love, you show hate. I show real, you show fake. Misery loves company by Felicia. Because the very day I got a chance to meet you, I'm way too fly. I also never lie. Everything real, stand up guy. Thoroughbred pedigree first. They showed you my money, my business. That's all I know. You the duck sick, but I'm not for the fuck shit. Stressing aggravation, I don't do those. Bad energy can't go with the flow. I'm a champagne guy, smoke loud, have a good time. Passport travels, use every dazzle. That's a big money word. We can't play Scrabble.
Drinks off the kids.
Drinks off the kids. Drinks off the kids. Yeah. Misery loves company. By Felicia. Because the very day I got the chance to meet you. Misery loves company. By Felicia. Because the very day I got the chance to meet you. I'm even drunk sick, but I'm not for the fuck shit. Stressing aggravation, I don't do those. Bad energy can't go with the flow. I'm a champagne kind, smoke loud, have a good time. Way too fly. I also never lie. Everything real, stand up guy. Way too fly. I also never lie. Everything real, stand up guy. Ain't that a
bitch?
Thought you was real, was you ready for the
Bullshit.
bullshit? Ain't
That a bitch?
Thought you was real, was you ready for the bullshit? Ain't no
That
fun when
a got the gun now. Rather got the gun.
Ain't no fun with it. Ain't no fun with it.
Thanks, y'all. What's fine in general? Burning them up, burning them up, burning them up, burning them up. And we out.